Okay, this is, what's the date on this guy? Grab him real quick. Okay, this is from 113. And this is probably one of the easier sections that we have. This is just adding polynomials, okay? The parentheses in this case don't mean a whole lot because we're just adding, all right? So all we're doing is looking for like terms. And like terms have to have, and I shouldn't highlight the whole thing, I should emphasize the part that makes them like terms. Same variable, same exponent. Same variable, same exponent. Those are like terms. Same variable, exponent 2. Same variable, exponent 2. Those are like terms. Nobody is like this x. It's the only x we have that's by itself, x to the first power. And then let's change that to a nice pink color. It looks like -7 and 8. Those are like terms. Those are x to the 0 powers. We just don't show x to the 0. And when we combine like terms, we just add them or subtract them depending on the problem. In this case, you'll notice it's add all these guys because that add gets distributed essentially. So this is exactly the same problem. 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 7 plus x cubed minus 10x squared plus 8. Now when I do this on paper, because I don't have a highlighter like I do on the tablet, what I do is I go, okay, there's an x cubed and there's an x cubed. Now to add those, all you do is add their coefficients. So this one's got a coefficient of 3. The coefficient in front of this is just a 1, so it's a total of 3x cubes plus 1x cubes. That's a total of 4x cubes. Okay? And then I go to my x squareds. And to keep track, what I do is I put a circle around my x squareds. So I know the circled ones go together. And I've got 2x squareds. You can see the 2x squareds. Take away 10, so it's 2 minus 10. That's -8x squareds. Okay? Then I try to find a different symbol for my x's. Maybe I put a triangle around them. But this is the only x, so he goes next. And then lastly, maybe I underline my constants and say, well, those two go together. -7 plus 8 is 1. And that's it. I've added all the like terms together, and that's as far as I can go. I cannot combine terms with addition and subtraction that are not like. Same variable, same exponent. Another one here. Now this one's a little bit different because of subtraction. Okay, it wants us to subtract that whole section, so this is how we rewrite it. We go, well, that's 8x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x plus 9. But now I got to subtract all these, so I have to distribute this negative. It's like distributing a -1. So I go -1 times 2, -2x cubes, -1 times 6, -6x squareds, -1 times negative, that's positive x, and then -1 times positive is -1. Just 1 times 1. Now let's look for these like terms. There's a cubic term, and there's a cubic term. So that's 8 minus 2, 6x cubes. Okay, let's look for some x squareds next. There we go. I've lost 3, and then I lose 6 more, so I lost a total of 9x squareds. Let's look for some x's. There we go. I've got -2, then I add on 1, so now I'm at -1x, or just -x, and lastly 9 minus 1. That's +8. Combined all my like terms just by adding or subtracting the coefficients. Last example, another distribute the negative problem. All it does is flip everybody's sign. So these are my z's here. So it becomes a -3z squared, a negative z, and flips it to a +4. And let's see here. Highest degree is x squared. So let's put our x squareds. 2 take away 3, that's -1 z squareds. Let's do our z's next. That's 3 z's take away 1, so that's 2 z's. That's why you put a little dash in your z's, by the way, so they don't get confused with a 2. And then finally I've got this little 4 hanging off the end. And I'm done. Think about what you know about this polynomial now. You know it's even, so the ends go the same direction. You know it's negative. This polynomial is going to look something like that. Okay? And we know that right away just because we've memorized a few things. All right, here's what your homework is. The first ones are just like the first example. We're just adding, so you're just looking for like terms, putting those like terms together by adding their coefficients. Okay? And then the last 3 are find the difference, subtraction problems, where you're going to have to distribute that negative first. And then you're going to add like terms. And that's it. Pretty easy assignment, I think.